Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry for the missed updates the last 3 weeks. Life has been a little bit hectic lately, literally in the kitchen remodel. So that's been setting up a new tank as well as getting engaged. So took a little trip, been super busy. But I do have some footage from last week that I will show you guys. Alrighty, here's the tank before I'm taking a little trip to Tahoe. Thought I'd just get some quick little documentation. I did a very deep clean to get rid of that CLADOPHORA algae, really scrubbed it hard. I am using this algae fix, and this is the second week I have used it dosing, and I am noticing it's not really growing anymore, and it's starting to turn a different color. It's looking kind of, get a good shot of it. It's looking kind of grayish, kind of gray-white. It's not as bright green anymore. But I'll give you guys an update when I get back from Tahoe and get some better close-ups of the tank and really see. From last update that you guys seen, I definitely was still dealing with this CLADOPHORA outbreak. As you can tell, it's getting quite bushy in this tank despite the manual efforts of removal. We're going to do a quick maintenance on this tank and I'll get some better close-ups, but look at this. It's really taken over this back area on that wood. I have been using this product from, I believe I got it from Boost Plant. It's supposed to be a natural algae control. Now, to be fair, it does not specify that it works on CLADOPHORA. Obviously, I just wanted to give it a shot before I take more aggressive measures. At this point, I am considering maybe starting with some Excel and seeing how that goes. Worst case scenario, may have to remove this driftwood and do kind of like a hydrogen peroxide dip and see if that can help mitigate some of this algae. But getting great coloration out of that AR. My cardinal tetras are getting real chunky. I've been feeding this tank quite heavily over the last couple weeks just to kind of see what I can get away with. So my water parameters on this tank are actually really good at the moment. I am sitting at about a 6.4 pH, which is quite interesting given the fact I am using RO that is re-mineralized, but I still am getting a slight decrease in the pH due to the Aqua soil. So it looks like that property does in fact work as advertised, making the water slightly acidic, a little bit softer. Most aquatic plants typically tend to like that. My KH and GH are finally in an ideal range that I'm using 100% RO that is remineralized, so I can adjust it to my liking. I am sitting at a 2 DKH, or sorry, KH at 2 DKH, and my GH is sitting at 4 DKH. So, respectively, definitely within the range of most soft water plants. Basically, I am doing this to try to force more nutrients into those plant cells because obviously, if you have high KH, carbonate hardness, you will bind to other molecules that make them too large to fit through the cell wall of the plant. And basically, you can inhibit some growth, especially in this low tech environment where there is a lack of CO2 in the water column. My nitrate or my NO3 is sitting usually about 20 to 25 ppm. I did just test it yesterday and I'm sitting at like 21 ppm. Relatively stable. I am starting to dose potassium because I am noticing a potassium deficiency. I do not have a test kit for potassium at the moment, but I did start to dose it about every other day, and I am noticing a little perk up in some of the growth. But I may or may not start dosing some of this Thrive Plus. I'll do extremely lean dosing. I believe I can zoom in on the directions there. It does basically say to use 1 pump per 10 gallons 3 times a week for high light tanks. I would not consider this a high light tank, and I do want to keep it pretty lean for dosing purposes. So probably just going to do 1 dose per week at probably 1 mil. Actually, yeah. So according to this, 1 pump is 2 mils. So I'll probably cut the dose in half and then drop it to one time per week, just to see how that goes. I definitely don't want to be spawning any other algae or having, unstable water parameters, especially since my nitrate is around 20 ppm. I don't think I really want to go over 30, 35. I want to keep it kind of on that lower end range. But with that being said, let's do quick maintenance and we'll get some better close-ups of the tank. Okie dokie, so I never uploaded the video that... I'll be turning that on shortly. I never uploaded the video from last week where I did an update on this tank. The CLADOPHORA is literally taking over. It's growing pretty quick. So we're going to do a full maintenance. We're going to take some desperate action and we are going to attack it with hydrogen peroxide. We're going to be removing the driftwood, spraying down the moss, and really getting after it. And we'll see how that goes on the following update or going forward. This is very stubborn algae, and if this doesn't work, we may take some more aggressive action and start dosing some XL. The reason why I have been uploading is I've been finishing the kitchen remodel, as you guys seen in the last video, and got half of the backsplash done and got the cabinets all painted. Still some minor painting that needs to be touched up, but we're doing the floors this next weekend. Then that's when I will be setting up this tank. So really excited about that. But hopping back over to this UNS45T, obviously the CLADOPHORA is really getting rampant. It's pretty much on most of the surfaces. The woodwork, it's really taken over back there. But other than that, the tank is looking pretty spicy. Everything's pretty perked up. A lot of good growth. Those chain swords really have like doubled in height in the past like 2 weeks. But gonna do this little maintenance session and I'll show you guys what it looks like after. Alright guys, it's been about 24 hours since that hydrogen peroxide, and you can tell that the CLADOPHORA is turning white, so hopefully it will die off and it will stay gone for good. Thanks for watching guys. We'll see how well the tank looks in the next update.